Hang on, what am I doing? Hi, anyone there? Just give me a minute. I'm trying to tweet a link and do a link to Facebook. Just in case there's anyone there. I get so nervous doing these things. I don't know why. Some like first live stream I was fine. Now I just like when I'm planning it. But today I'm having just decided to go wonky on me. It is roast veg with some organic macro roast chicken, which I don't know if you. But today I'm having just decided to go wonky on me. It is roast veg in Australia, Sonia. That's a Woolworths thing. It's like their organic brand. How are you both? Sorry for taking so long to set off. I honestly, it is. It's roast orange sweet potato, white sweet potato, and Hawaiian sweet potato. Excuse me. Butternut pumpkin and regular potato and onion. And then there's just a little bit of chicken in there. Usually when I do a roast, yeah. Thank you. Oh, wow. So it must be really early AM for you. We don't really have anything like Trader Joe's, but the Woolworths macro brand would probably be pretty close to some of the Trader Joe's stuff. Like it's the organic, but it's more pricey, of course. However, they had the chickens on special this week or last week, and they were $5.15. Sabrina, hi, how are you? I was just sharing my dinner. I'm having roast chicken and veggies. And I cheat. I just make store-bought. I just make the, is it brown onion gravy? Thank you. Literally, I just chop veggies. I don't even... I'm bad. I often don't even put extra oil in with them. I just throw them on a tray and roast them. How are you all? What time is it for you, Sabrina? I know. Oh, I'm trying to think where you are. Dutch or Swedish, somewhere in that kind of area, but I can't think. 11. Okay, that's not too bad for you. I'm guessing you either work odd hours or you're an insomniac, Sonia. Sorry. That is really cool. It's really fun to see people from all... Oh, wow. That is awesome, Adelaide. I can be the same, except I've been so sick lately that I've been sleeping more than I've been awake, which is really rare for me. That is fair enough. I'm glad you got to stop in, though. It's really nice to see you. I still want to send you some happy mail, actually. A bit better. I'm not as foggy-headed, although my voice is sounding a bit distant to me at the moment. So if I yell, that's why. It's something I sort of go through every 3 to 6 months, where I don't know. I don't know why. It just kind of happens. And I have been pushing it a little, just trying to get food in the freezer and stuff for when stuff like this happens, so that, yeah. Hello, Wendy. I've just been sharing with everyone my little dinner of roast veggies and a roast macro organic chook. They're only tiny little chickens, but they were $5 on special, or $5.15 or $5 something on special. Normally I grab 2 when they're like that, but I was being very good with my budget this fortnight. Oh, well, yeah, see, that was lunchtime. That was just a bit before lunchtime for me, so that was in the morning. I'm still figuring this all out. It's a bit too cold here for salad. Although at the moment I feel pretty warm, but these lights are really warm, so it helps. I did this. Let me see if it'll. I did that chopping my vegetables yesterday. I don't know how. Oh, thank you. I have to sit down and think of. I think of things that I should do as story times, and then I forget. I'm really glad that you like my channel, General Apparel West. Do you have a name? I don't know. I don't think I know your first name. I actually meant to do one at Easter and completely forgot. Actually, I meant to do 2 at Easter, my first Easter, and although I may have already done that. Okay, well, that's good to know, Trina. I will try and remember, but I make no promises, for the simple fact that I am hopeless with names, but it'll stick in my head eventually. Just if I keep asking, please forgive me. Part of my mental health thing is that things don't always stick in my memory the way they would for other people. So names is something I really struggle with. Excuse me. So what did everyone else have for dinner? Lunch, breakfast, depending on where you are in the world? Wendy, I am so overwhelmed by the possibilities of things I can make for your challenge. It's not even funny. I keep thinking, I know, I'll make, and then I think, but I could make this, and I could make this, and it's bad. It's too good a challenge. So whereabouts in the world are you from, Trina? I know we have some Australians, we have someone from who's Dutch, and oh, I'm not stressing. It's just, it's such a good challenge, and there are so many things in my mind that it ticks over into, I could do this and I could do this, and then I forget about what I want to do. I just have to sit down and make some stuff. I'm really downgrading the number of, I mean, I don't really enter a lot of challenges anyway, but I'm really downgrading the number of challenges I'll do. I think I'm just going to, I know. But do you think I could really just send you a piece of paper, Wendy? Really? This is me we're talking about. Even if I send you an envelope with a piece of paper, I'm pretty sure it's going to be stuffed with more than that. Excuse me. I can't help myself. I just like, hi, Sonia. Oh, wow. Oh, I love breakfast for dinner, especially if it's pancakes. I do Nigella's cheap pancake recipe, or not cheap, but you can store it in a jar, but I don't do it the way she does. She mixes all these things in with the flour. I literally just use a cup of self-raising flour, an egg, a little bit of sugar, and some vanilla, and then it makes such thick, fluffy pancakes. It's wonderful. But are they Mickey shaped, Adelaide? I did do gingerbread pancakes on my first Vlogmas, and then last year I can't remember what flavour I did. It was another Christmassy type one, but it was really good. So I'll have to think of something for this year for Vlogmas for pancakes, because I seem to be inventing new pancake recipes for Vlogmas. Adelaide, I'm very tempted to say what? Not fish fingers and custard? I think you're the only Whovian here, though, at the moment. I do know quite a few Whovians, though. Oh, I can't believe I forgot that, Sabrina. I've seen some good recipes where instead of doing fish fingers, they do pound cake. And they cover it in like a cracker crumb. So it looks like a fish finger, but it's actually cake, so it's cake and custard. There's an episode of Graham Norton where he made Matt Smith eat fish fingers and custard and got the audience to try it too. It was quite funny. So what are all my crafty people working on? I can't help it, Sonia. I see your name, and I'm such a Lena and Woodley fan that anytime I see the name Sonia, all I hear in my head is, I picked on ya, Sonia, I picked on ya because I had a crush on ya. No problem. Bye, Trina. Enjoy your pancakes. Oh, that looks like you're doing really well with that. See, one of the reasons I don't do a lot of sort of groups and swaps and things is because I don't cope well with it. I'm finding that I'm more creative when I don't pressure myself to do a specific thing. Oh, I can't wait to see those. They sound gorgeous. I'm so behind because I really, really am bad at checking Facebook. I'm so sorry, Sabrina. Yes, cleaning, crafting stuff seems to be a lot of what I spend a lot of time. I've been trying to spend a bit of time to do. Went to send something today and realized I have no idea where I put it, because that is just the nature of me. Excuse me. I need to get a box to put in finished projects so that when I need them for something, I can actually go into the project box. I'm assuming that you filmed your journal page, Wendy. Kitty, hi. Because of how I've been feeling at the moment, I pushed this store opening date back a month, so it'll be June 23rd. I only do openings for 2 weeks at a time, limited stock of whatever's in there. A lot of it I only do one of because I'm very like that. I don't like to do, if it's bows, I might do 5. Some of them, if they're popular, like the Sailor Moon bow was really popular, so I did a couple of runs of that. But yeah, for the most part, I stick to sort of 5 of each thing. So I'm going to do some albums. I've got a little album which I shared, which I think I'll pop in there. And yeah, I can't keep up with it being consistent. It's supposed to be tomorrow, Wendy. However, both Melinda and Krista have asked to bail something in. So It's just whenever all the entries just turn up, I'm not stressing. Um, oh, that is so sweet. Well, you'll have to message me one because I would love to see it. It sounds really pretty. I moved to quarterly or just sort of intermittent releases, Sonia, because I was finding that things were just sitting in my store anyway. One, and two, I was struggling to be able to mail things in a timely manner. So if I have a window, usually what I'll do is I'll start the sale just before I have a town day, and then I know within 2 weeks I have another town day. So that way I can post everything off within 2 weeks of my Etsy being opened. It also gives me a break to craft other things because I find that if I'm only focusing on the store, I just get burnt out too easily. So I'm trying to get better at flowing a bit more with my creative energy. No problem, Wendy, at all. It has been a challenge that's kind of flown under the radar, and I haven't been pushing it. So I'm honestly okay with it. I just thought, you know what? I have 2 entries so far. If other people are mailing in, like I know Krista said she was sending something today. I think Melinda said she'd get something in the post in the next day or two. So honestly, I can't stress too much about it. Like, and it's all people I absolutely love. So knowing my luck, you'll all get prizes anyway because like there's so few entries, and I've been making so many just different things lately that I probably have enough to send at least one prize to everyone. And they're all Australian entries, so I can actually afford to do that. Especially because Melinda and I were talking about this yesterday. I get a lot of unframed stamps, you know, the stamps that haven't been stamped on top of, so I can reuse those, which is something I learned from someone whose husband works at the post office down here. So I get to recycle a lot of stamps, which is really good. So I have psychologist tomorrow, and I'm hoping to get to the secondhand shop that I really love. Oh, not that I really love. I missed out on that last week. The secondhand shop that I've never been to, but I just have to ask Community Transport if they can stop by an ATM for me so that I can actually get out some money to go to the secondhand shop. I'm not sure what this one is like. I might ask if they'll let me film in there. I get a bit, like Melinda, I get a little bit nervous asking that. I know I can film in Jolly Ollie's down here because I've asked before, but and I filmed in the back room of in my favorite op shop because there was no one in there. But this one looks like I don't know if I'm going to be able to handle filming because it looks like from what I can see in the window, it looks like a junk shop. Bye, Wendy. Sweet dreams. Have a wonderful evening. So, Kitty, are you still here? How are you doing? I feel so behind on everything everyone's going through lately. And it feels really odd sometimes in here because the response, like there's delays, and it feels a bit sometimes like you're talking to yourself. Melinda, hi. Hello, Miss Alexis, if you're watching. I deliberately did a dinner time. That is great. I think you and Caleb would do better out of your home environment area. To be honest, I've thought that for a while. I know it was hard for you the first time, but I feel like you'd do better not in. Yeah, I don't know why. There's just energy around you where you are that drags you two down. You'd understand that better than me. Road to Venus is one of the ones I watch. Excuse me. I'm going to sound really, really, really bad here, but that was an alarm for a game thing. So I could remember to collect my log. No problem. Bye, Sonia. It was nice to talk to you here. Hope you actually do catch some sleep. Kitty Michelle Knight, Knight. She's in the UK. If you Google Michelle Knight free reading, she has apps on her site and they are spooky. They are really good. She has tarot. She has all different types of ones. Oh no. I don't know where it is, but there is a place in Sydney. You have to be there around lunchtime and you can get really cheap tickets to shows. I don't know if they still do it. It was something I knew about a long time ago. I never got to do it, but I have heard of it. The other one is if you can find a group of people to go, you can usually get group discounts. What musicals do you most want to see, Adelaide? I'll be honest and say, I was really disappointed. Not that I don't love Solvit Squad, but I was really disappointed it wasn't Spies Are Forever they took to New York, because that is such a masterpiece. For anyone who doesn't know, Spies Are Forever is the very first Kickstarter that I ever project that I actually backed. It's a musical. Just literally type in Spies Are Forever in the search bar and it'll come up, or Tin Can Brothers. It is phenomenal. What they did with a really small budget is just nothing short of incredible. Mamma Mia is so fun. I think that's how Sabrina, Adelaide, and I are friends. I think we all connected through something like Tin Can Brothers, or so I think I met Adelaide through the Disney group, the Disney Girls. But yes, honestly, it feels so bad to say, but I think Spies kicked any other Star Kid musicals butt. I don't know why. I wasn't super fussed on Firebringer. I wanted to love it because I loved the idea of a female-led cast. I loved the premise of it, but they lost me with a lot of just the stupid humor. That might just be me, but I know that's a trend at the moment. Okay, I'm almost finished my dinner. Okay, so who's here at the moment? But if you can get a group together, especially a group through like Alexis's school, because they give schools really good discounts. Like if you got her school to organise a field trip and you then went on said field trip as a parent volunteer, just saying. Okay, so I'm not the only one with Firebringer. I haven't seen you pop up for a little while, Kitty. Off topic, but my psychic videos. Yeah, I don't know. Because I haven't been well, and they are so they take a lot of energy. That's part of the issue for. Excuse me. The issue for me is that I just don't have the energy to pour into everything at the moment. I'm hoping I still have your question somewhere. I still have your question and one other person's question somewhere, and I haven't gotten rid of them. I just haven't had I go to do it, and I haven't been in that frame of mind. Oh dear. Okay. You have to be a popular parent. Wow. That's a bit rude, much. It's like crazy rude. You shouldn't have to be a popular parent just to be chosen to look after the kids. I mean, how was going down to lunch and afternoon tea with Joanne? She was so excited. I streamed, I think, the night before you were going down. It was for Anzac Day. I gave up on all that stuff a long time ago because nothing was changing anything for me. Part of it is to do with the chronic illness I have, Kitty. I have been burning a sage candle that I was gifted by a friend of mine, Miri. I'm trying to actually make sure I eat properly, which is hard when it's that thing of when you live alone and you're dealing with a chronic illness, everything just falls to hell in a handbasket. So that's why I've been, like, if you hear me banging on about freezer meals and trying to cook things and get things put in the freezer, or, doing a few days worth of food at once or whatever, that's the reason, is to make sure I eat. What the heck? I probably do need to clean my crystals though, Kitty. That would entail finding them, and they might actually be in storage. Happy Monday. Well, actually, oh yeah, it's still Monday here. Hi, Jan's Crazy Life. Welcome to my it was eating dinner, but dinner is gone now. I did bring a couple of boxes to deconstruct and punch out to do. Okay, so I don't know if anyone else is obsessed with embellishment boxes over here that's Aussie, but I've kind of been obsessed with watching all these videos that the American crafters do of these gorgeous embellishment boxes, and I couldn't find. And I've got to remember, Tabitha found something that could be the similar at Jolly Ollie's, but it was $2, and I found these for like 70 cents. And those little bits of paper are already what I want to put in them. So it's like palm size. It's like pocket size. It's so cute. But I thought I'm going to do some smaller embellishments and stuff and make up little different things to put in it. But I thought for 70 cents they weren't bad. I know, right? I got 5 of them to start with because I wasn't sure. Oh, that is awesome. Oh, that is fantastic. Oh, I'm so glad she's helping. I'm glad you found, yeah, that's good. It'll be something for her to look forward to too. We've had lots of rain where I live too. We had thunderstorms and lightning last night and yesterday afternoon. It was really full on. But yeah, so I have this, and like I've literally written notes. Like I have to get my stick pins back off my sister because my niece was going to use them in her flowers for her table at her wedding, and then she didn't. Like I've got, I don't think you saw these, Melinda, but these I showed Wendy one of the things I've been working on lately. Let's see if I can find some more little. They're everywhere in here. but I have been making these cute, I haven't done them for a while. This has been sitting out here so I could do my video on them. But these are mini cupcake liners from Woolworths. They were like $3. I got them last year or the year before. They've been sitting in my baking cupboard because they were too small for what I needed them for. Some of them don't have their centers, but I've been making these little bows. Hang on. And then she drops one right in her water. That was smart. It might not, but it'll give her something social to do, and I think it'll be good for her in that, you know, helping you is a nice little purpose. Plus, it gives her a trip away for a little bit. Like a weekend away is always nice. So these are what I got. They're multi-pattern patty pans, and they're just in the gingham, and there's 5 different colors in here. So there's like a blue, a red, a green, a pink, and a yellow, and like there's 20 of each. So and you get 2 bows out of each one. So I thought about those, and then I thought, oh, I should do some of my little versions of my candies, because I was like, oh, I have to add some shred into this as well though. But like it holds 1, 2, 3. Okay, I could easily fit 6 bows and a little tiny bit of shred. Look, I didn't think it would hold that much, honestly. That's half a dozen little bows. So these will probably hold enough. Like I was a bit worried they'd be a bit scuzzy, for want of a better word. So anyway, so I tested this theory out before by just cutting a white piece of cardstock, because that's what I had beside me. But I'd also bought out a couple of just ice cream boxes, because they have this really nice mottled thing in them. And I was going to cut out some little circles for cookies. I just have to try not to hurt my finger too much while I'm cutting things out. So I was just going to cut this up and then punch it while I was talking to you guys. It'll probably make way loads, because normally I do the bigger size, which I've actually been giving away so many cookies. But I just wanted to be able to do some little, like, because I didn't want it just to be I didn't want it just to be like all bought stuff. Like yes, I can fill it with like little resin like resin roses and sequins and glitter and stuff and beads and whatnot, but I wanted to actually have it be handmade things as well. And I've already put some more of the little containers in my cart, because I'm like, I want to send these to lots of people because they're lots of fun. And it gives me a chance to actually do some of the tutorials that are on my list. The problem, Kitty, that's one of the reasons I haven't done any sort of psychic videos lately as well, is my to-do list for YouTube is always ridiculously long. I have too many ideas and not enough time or energy to do absolutely everything. I have to pick and choose my battles. Joanne, hello. I was just hearing about how you're going to be helping Miss Melinda at her shows this year. So glad she found an awesome assistant. So Kitty, if you haven't read it, I highly recommend reading. It's called The Spoon Blog. It'll help you understand a little bit more. With the devil eyes, though, oh my. Since when are you the devil, Joanne? You're way too sweet to be the devil. I packaged up Fiona Jane's challenge entry today, and I was so relieved to find my stamps, because now I only have to pay for that parcel to go tomorrow. And Melinda, you still need to send me invoicey stuff, and yeah, so I know how much I have to give you before I accidentally spend the money, which is quite possibly I already have probably spent part of it. Who knows? My budget is very wiggy lately. So I literally just, for anyone who, I just took that apart at all the little seams. because I really love this mottled cards. It's so good for cookies and other type things. And this is one of the punches that I got from Miri. So I just wanted to do some baby cookies. It's a hard punch though. Hi, country. Oh, thank you. Yeah, there'll be a tutorial on my channel soon for that, because yeah, I like sharing things that I think of that are cute. You can do them from the bigger cupcake ones as well. The only difference is they're a bit bigger, but you'll get 3 per liner rather than, and you could probably get 4 if you wanted to go smaller. But I tend to go for 3 per liner. So I'm cutting out these little ones because I have plenty of the teeny tinies and a lot of the bigger ones, but I don't have this size. And what I discovered made me very happy is that these will fit nicely in this little box. So I'm really excited to play with what I can fit in these boxes, because that was one of my things, is that, well, if I get them, can I fit much handmade stuff in them? Okay. So I'm just trying to get as much as I can out of each one. And then on like this one where it's got the straight edge, I'm just going to come in and cut a little bit out so it looks like it's had a bite out of it. Oh no, Joanne, I don't know if you do I do, but this is like, while I'm sitting here and chatting, this is just an easy thing for me to do. I actually find this, although this punch is a little hard, this was a gift. The 2 circle punches I do have are really good. I have my 2-inch one is a Fiskars, so I actually find that a lot faster. I can just go chung, 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 chung. Whereas this one's a little bit harder because it's just an old punch. Like you can kind of see in the metal, like the metal's. So at the moment, it's just easier for me to sit here and do this than it is to pull out my dies and stuff. And this is something I can also do easy, like while I'm lying in bed, just watching stuff is another thing I sort of do with stuff like this. It just depends on what I'm doing. Like if I'm doing a lot of something, like if I'm deconstructing a box, I usually will do the 2-inch circles until I can't get any more of those. Then I'll go around and do this one, although I didn't have this one last time I do it, and then I've got a smaller one, so I'll go through and do the smaller one, and that way I get as much as I can. No problem. I probably own half a dozen punches, Melinda, maybe a dozen at most. Genuinely do not own a lot of punches. The 2-inch circle Fiskars was a gift and I love it. I actually really, because I get sore hands easily, the Fiskars punches are really good. This was just, as I said, this was in the box of stuff from Miri, so I'm trying to make use of stuff that I was sent as well. It is a little hard to punch, but it's not too bad. Just by the time you line things up with a die, although if I have a steel rule die, that would be much easier, because steel rule dies tend to be a little easier to. It wouldn't surprise me, Kitty. That means you need to do energy protection. It's really different for everyone, but if you can swing it, I would suggest studying Reiki 1 and not like a fake online Reiki 1, or not, I shouldn't say fake, but I would probably go and see if you could do a weekend course, because they teach you how to protect your energy and stuff. It helps a lot. I mean, I've never done Reiki. Have friends who have. I can be very energy sensitive, really energy sensitive. One of the biggest things I need is to be able it's on the cards at some point, I just don't know when, is to move from here. It'd be worth you doing, just even just for yourself and for Caleb or for people you're close to. It's a really good form of energy healing. There's also Huna. I can't think for the life of it. It's been a while since I delved too far down this particular rabbit hole, but there's quite a few different sort of light worky type modalities. You've just got to find the right one for you. But if you're drawn to Reiki, I would definitely say try it. It's quite helpful. I used to do readings at Mind Body Spirit Festival in Sydney, and one of the Reiki, she's so lovely. She has one of my bears actually. Christine Shepherd. I don't even know if she's with us anymore. She was quite old at the time. And she was lovely. She used to do Reiki. She used to send Reiki to me while I was doing readings and stuff. And it was very helpful. I wouldn't cope with that kind of crowd now, though. Not all the time. Sometimes maybe. Joanne, did you say you wanted tag and nesting circles? Were they the two dies you wanted? Looks innocent. Like the ones that you said you think you'd use the most? Yeah, it was really wonderful. I've had a very weird and wonderful life. Like, I actually worked at Sexpo, which is, yeah, a whole kink and sex, literally expo over here. In this, and the first year they had psychics. It was kind of funny, especially because people would look at me as a fat chick, like, "Why have you got a badge to this expo? Why are you working there?" And it was kind of funny. I always thought it was hilarious because people would look at me like, "What the heck?" Because you forget to take your pass off. It's been a long time though. I did a lot of that in my 20s. I was a 1-900 dialer psychic for a long time, mostly for Athena Starwoman, who has passed over now, and for Jennifer Angel, who ran her lines and a few spell lines and things. So I've had a very interesting, like, there's so many, I've done dabbled in so many different things. It's nothing really sticks though. And I do still do readings. I'm not putting them in my Etsy anymore. I'm literally just doing for friends and stuff when I actually remember. Like, I owe Tato. I don't know how to say her name. I call she's Moana to me. Like, she's Moana to me. But, she asked for, she was like looking for guidance, and I said I'd do a reading for her, and I pulled out my angel cards, and I still haven't done it yet. I still haven't spoken to her and gotten her numbers and stuff. I might do that one day. Sit here and do angel cards. That would be a nice idea. Yeah. It exists. It still goes to, like, it's on all the time. Oh, I'm so glad, Kitty. Part of the reason for that is that I won't lie. I've gotten some bad, I think I kind of got turned off and burnt out. Well, if you need me to do it, Melinda, just ask and I'll give you my I don't have a phone number, but we can Skype or she can call me. If she's already done it, that's okay. But if you ever, yeah. I'm sure a lot of parents would roll their eyes at some of the things that, like the psychic stuff and that. Well, you're awesome. So, you know, you're awesome kickback crafter mum. What's wrong with her doing it on you, Melinda? I happen to have a lot of. That's pretty good. Let's see. I've worked in 2 call centers. I did some work, like part-time sort of casual work at the Australian Medical something Doctors Association to literally stuff envelopes. That was through a company that was what, when you weren't working, you could go to them and they would send you to like temporary kind of jobs to help tide you over. What else have I done? I've 1-900 dialer psychic. Actually, that would make a good story time, how I got into 1-900 dialer psychic. A friend of mine rang up someone who was looking for people and lied and pretended she was psychic. But this chick was so loopy. She fired me by SMS the second time I worked for her. But through her, I got a phone call one day from someone who used Jennifer Angel's lines, and she actually gave my name to Jennifer Angel and gave me Jennifer's contact details, and that's how I started working for Jennifer. And I worked for Jennifer on and off for years. Years of experience teaching crafts, a YouTube channel, a store. Don't start this with me, Melinda. You have many a qualification. So that is kind of like, I was in my early 20s. I was working in the call center for Magnum Ale and Pumpkin Patch at the time. That is a really loud punch. Not doing too badly. I've got a nice handful of cookies cut out. Getting there. That's not even much of the box. I mean, I know this box will yield a lot, but yes, I want some of these for cupcakes as well. Order an overspender. Aren't we all? Like, isn't crafting just another word for hoarding these days? Like, because the thing is, I got into a phase of doing a lot of mixed media, and I have a lot of my mixed media stuff still, but I haven't been mixed mediaing for a couple of years. Like, I haven't touched it for ages. But if I threw it away, I bet you I'd start, or gave it away, I bet you I would start again. I'm actually going to try and mostly take the 100 Things Challenge seriously, aka I'm still going to have a little splurge on AliExpress every so often, because no mail coming here makes me super depressed. I do not cope with not getting any mail. If there's a few days of me not getting any mail, I literally get the sads majorly. Like, it's stupid that it can spiral me into depression, but it can. I was looking on Blitsy, and I put pretty much the whole Alice in Wonderland range in my cart, the Echo Park one, and the Cartabella Practically Perfect, or it might be Cartabella, and one does one and one does the other, and then I walked away. I culled it, and then I was like, no, you don't as much as you want this, because Alice in Wonderland, Mary Poppins, you just have just because you want it. Well, rebooting it, those bows will be part of it. Some of the things that I had in mind to do for my original, I'm going to do that. I need to cut down on my spending anyway. I need to get on top of bills and just, get things in order and not waste so much money on things I don't always really need. By the way, Tabitha found the paper pads. Oh, you know what I really want, and people laugh at me when I say this? Park maps and freaking like the free newspapers and stuff, and like bits of paper and stickers that they hand out for free at Disney, and that stuff is gold to a crafter. You have no idea. I'm seeing them, Kitty. I'm just, I don't always see everything straight away. It takes a minute. Hello, Gail. Lovely to see you. How are you? I think I don't know if I've responded to your one of your messages that you left on one of my videos yet. I'm trying to keep up with that, but I do fall behind. Like, people wonder, you know, Disney community is all about the merch, and I don't have the merch. I just don't buy merch, and that's because I buy stuff to craft with. That is literally where my what little bit of merch money I do have goes. If you hear this is me punching out circles at the moment. I'm getting a nice collection though. Bit of a workout. Oh no, that's not good, Kitty. Try rebooting the screen. It might help. Oh, you moved. Oh, wow. That's awesome, Melinda. Yeah, I know Sarah might be putting up some of she might be getting loads and putting some up from Shanghai, Tokyo. Because she's just been in Tokyo and it's the 35th anniversary, but I may not have a hope of getting any. Yes. She's going to just charge postage and packing, I think. And I would love some, but I would have to get them sent to my friend Jojo in California. Jojo has like 16 park maps from last year to send me. Oh, is she able to travel, Gail? I'm going to give this a rest in a minute because my hands are getting sore. I didn't even get halfway through the box. I still have all this big card stock to do, but I did all the flaps, and this is what I've got so far. A nice handful of what will be mini cookies and maybe cupcake tops. So I'm probably not going to stay much longer because I've been on for about an hour already, and I have to watch it just with how I've been feeling lately. I'm trying not to overdo it and make myself get worse again. I'm just starting to come out of it, so I don't want to push too hard. I'm so happy that so many different people come to my streams. Oh, you should do something like virtually do some food that's typical New York and stuff like that, and maybe do like a New York little themed party or something for her. So if she can't go to the Big Apple, bring the Big Apple to her. Sorry. That's what I would think of doing. I don't know why. I always just think, well, if you can't get somewhere, sometimes it's nice to have it brought to you. Like, you could do New York themed food, and maybe there's a thing. Oh, Kitty, do you remember what it's called? The one that Tiff posted about, the Broadway one? Oh no. I've been finding really cute bunny stuff, and I'm too scared to send it to you because Alexis will be, I want it. I found the most beautiful unicorn stamps, and the saying is, it's 100% me. I've never seen a little quote that is me summed up. It's amazing. Oh, that is lovely. That is so cute, Sabrina. Actually, guys, I'm gonna just because I am dipping and I have to go out tomorrow, so I don't want to push it too hard. Um, because of that, because I have my psychologist appointment tomorrow and I really don't want to have to reschedule it. I already rescheduled my bone scan last week, so I haven't actually been out of the house in almost 2 weeks or so. So it's time, and I'm looking forward to going out for a little bit. So I will end this. Thank you all so much for coming. I'm so grateful you turned up. My little live streams may only be a few people at a time, but I'm so happy because it's the quality of people, not the quantity. And I am very blessed to know so many amazing people. Oh, hi, Danny. So sorry you got here right at the end. I've been on for about an hour, and that's about all I can handle. I hope you all have a wonderful day, evening, morning, night, afternoon, depending on where you are in the world. And I'm going to end this the way I always do. Remember, you are amazing, you are incredible, and most importantly of all, you truly do matter. Bye, all. Okay, now I've got to hit the buttons. Bye.